Shop small business, shop small business. Well, did any of us ever take the time to wonder why? Why is shopping small business good for us as the customers? It's quite clear why it's good for the business owners. We get to keep them alive. But what's in it for us? Well, in this video, as a business lawyer, I'm going to walk you through the real, tangible benefits of you shopping small business. If you're new to this channel, feel free to give this video a big thumbs up and keep on watching. My name is Pamela Metani, and I'm a business lawyer and the founder here at Graphene Business Law, a law firm that works exclusively with business owners and entrepreneurs and does so virtually throughout the province of Ontario, Canada. Now, what inspired this video? Well, as I said, I work exclusively with business owners and entrepreneurs, and a lot of business owners choose to stay in that small business ambit by design. And I was reflecting back on how during COVID days, there was such a push to shop small business, but it wasn't a clear follow-up message, I felt as a business lawyer, as to why, outside of let's keep these businesses alive. At the end of the day, Economics 101 is that individuals respond to incentive. So what's in it for you? What's the incentive for you to shop small business? Well, let's talk about it, because actually there are quite a few. So there are, just because an incentive is tangible doesn't mean that it's strictly financial, right? There could be incentives that pertain to quality, design, things like that. And we're going to talk about some of those incentives in today's video. The number one incentive, I might say, might be, and it's actually not financial this time, but the number one incentive I might speak of as a business lawyer would be that regarding to the quality or the innovation of the product, its design, and so on and so forth. So, and why have I noticed this pattern as a small business owner? When a business is trying to cut through the noise, they're trying to break through and become something great, there's very few things that are going to make an objective difference in the marketplace. And one of those things is the product quality itself. Amazon doesn't need to have as great a quality as that guy or whatever gender that just opened up its business today, because this latter individual needs to be great for a chance. Amazon needs to be okay, and they'll keep on growing. The standards are different as you grow, and that's just the fact of the matter. What are some of the unifiers in these, moving scales? Well, reputation is one of them. The small guy or the small individual has no reputation. We don't know if they're great or not. So they have to really show us that they're great and they're worth our money. In Amazon, we know that what we get is going to be okay almost all the time. It's going to be okay. It's not going to be the best t-shirt you ever bought, but it won't be the worst. And if it is, you can return it. There's a reputation bit there. Again, with a small business, they haven't made their reputation yet. They haven't made a name for themselves yet. So there is so much more push on those small businesses, on the majority of them. Just like individuals across any industry, there are people that get into small business for the wrong reasons. But that is such an anomaly, it's not worth talking about in this video and making it 2 hours long. But again, on average, the small business can come with better quality products and services, and certainly higher degrees of innovation. And I'm putting those two together, although really they are different things. Innovation is going to be catapulted in the small business arena, because they don't have the 13 levels of leadership to say yes or no to a new product, to a new initiative. The small business guy is trying everything they can to make it big. So that, again, is what's in it for you, number one. What's in it for you, number two? Well, we're going to go back to finances this time. And finances trickle throughout these analyses, right? So for example, if the innovative product is the same price as the non-innovative product as the big guy, well, actually value-wise, it's arguably a better value and better on your finances to go with a small business that way as well. But strictly speaking, finances, depending on the kind of small business you're shopping at, there is an ability there to negotiate pricing. And I don't mean you see a couch for $1,000, you negotiate it to $500, although that's a good deal if you can get it. But I don't necessarily mean that. because you have to understand that the costs of running a small business are higher than ever. They've gone through the roof post-COVID. What I mean is, there's creative ways to negotiate as well, right? You say, well, can I pay cash? You don't, forward that tax to anybody, and I don't have to give it to you if you're not forwarding it. So, but hey, tax in Ontario is 13%. That's a really big deal. It's not a nothing depending on the purchase. There are, and still with the $1,000 versus $500 couch example, you can still ask for that as well. But the fact that you even can think to ask of these things in the small business arena means that there is room for financial flexibility. And I want to be very clear. I love that we have the growing community here, and I love when you guys comment. Like, that's my favorite part of the day, reading your comments. But I want to be very clear in case I don't get any negative comments here saying, so you're really promoting exploitation of your clients, of your small business clients. No. A business person knows what their bottom dollar is. I'm not encouraging anybody to force anybody beyond that bottom dollar. Not that you really can anyways, without it being crossing certain legal boundaries, which why would I promote that? But, a business person also knows that a sale with some profit can be better sometimes than no sale at all, because that comes with not just no profit, that comes with loss of dead inventory and dead weight and labor and all the things that went into making that product or delivering that service. So again, there's going to be incentive there. Whereas the attitude towards those items at a shop like Amazon, we don't sell them, garbage. It is such a different attitude. And at the end of the day, the bargaining bit that I'm suggesting that can lead to financial flexibility or incentive in shopping small business is in a way that would be a win-win for both parties. You save a little bit of money from a product compared to what you would have paid the big box guy, and the small business owner gets to make a sale as opposed to having lost you to the big box guy. So I mean it from that perspective. Don't come at me with the exploitation angle. It's not there in this scenario. I have to be careful as I'm providing this list to not go too far down the list that this video loses credibility in a sense. So I don't want to make it too puffy, flowery examples. But a real example I have to say that is not directly, or a real benefit that I have to say that is not directly financial, that really is a benefit in today's world and the way things are going, is that all studies I reviewed showed that shopping small business is better for the environment, because a small business is more likely to do what? To source its goods locally, to source its services if it needs other individuals to be involved in the delivery of its service locally. Somebody like Amazon is getting its product from every corner imaginable in the world. China, Malaysia, India, Turkey, Egypt, America once in a while. Everywhere in the world you can imagine there's probably a product from that country listed on Amazon. What we're trying to do with the big box guys is have the price be an incentive, because again, as we discussed with incentive number 1 for you shopping small being higher quality, it is not always the case that the big box guys are offering the best quality. That's just not it. They don't have the time to do that. And if they were pursuing that from a financial perspective, then they would turn away a lot of their customers if they were giving you the absolute best quality in the market. Then that person who has a budget of $10 on an item isn't going to go anywhere near the big box guy once they start selling a quality t-shirt, for $150. It doesn't work like that. So to have certain cost parameters that they're working with, and I want to be careful here because you might think, are you just saying that the big box guys are doing the lowest price? Because you just said point number 2, the small guys can have the lowest price. I didn't tell you the small guys can have the lowest price. I said there's flexibility there in negotiating prices. There's an option to negotiate with the small guys. You can't message Amazon and say, hey, this Keurig for $79.99, take $35, my final offer. But you have that flexibility with the small guys. Anyway, so on the Amazon front, in trying to source all these products from every corner of the world, well, it's not the most environmentally friendly thing. And I know the environment can sometimes be a controversial topic, so I won't delve into the politics of it. But, it is better for the environment, according to studies, to shop small business. And that's an incentive I thought I would throw out there. Now, the last thing I'm going to talk about, and this one might not be so direct, and again, it comes back to finances, but in a really macro way. So the micro of negotiating items for yourself, for your household, that's a really small example. Statistics show us that over 2/3 of the working population, or around 70%, works in small businesses. If you do support these small businesses and you keep them alive, you are keeping their employees fed and paid. If you're keeping their employees paid, then we start to have more employed individuals in the economy, or we get to keep more employed individuals in the economy, which creates positive feedback loops that eventually, over enough time, can make its way back to you, including macro benefits such as lower interest rates on the cost of borrowing, whether you're buying a house, a car, what have you. And that is something that flags as more long-term than, the cost of a banana today. But it is something that, as a business lawyer, I feel is worth mentioning. The majority, by a lot, of individuals in the workforce are employed by small businesses. So it is in all of our interests, owing to how many individuals in our society are impacted or employed by small business, to keep those businesses afloat. But again, not from the COVID perspective of do it for them, but it comes back to you at the end of the day as well. So I'll leave this video there. I want to keep it digestible. I thank you so much for watching. If you are a small business owner yourself, or an entrepreneur looking to grow your business, launch your business, or having rough times in your business and you want the proper legal advice, our email is info@graphenebusinesslaw.ca and our website is graphenebusinesslaw.ca. Thank you very much for watching. Feel free to give this video again a big thumbs up, click subscribe, and leave a comment. Give us something to think about. Thank you for watching.